Hello and welcome to the Pickle Jar. My name's Josh and in today's video I'm going to show you how to paint Ork Skin for Warhammer 40k. Hi guys, welcome to another painting tutorial. I hope you all had a fantastic new year and are ready to get started with some new projects this side of the celebrations. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to paint the skin for 40k orcs. Now, this is for two reasons. One of them is that I'm starting a new orc kill team. I've fancied painting orcs for a while and it seemed like a good excuse to get a few painted up. The second being I got asked a couple of times how to paint orc skin off the back of my Blood Bowl Orc player. I thought that this was the most common way that I like to paint orc skin, so I would do a tutorial on it. With all that said, let's get started. So I'm starting off with my orc base in Chaos Black Primer. I'm then taking Caliban Green for my base coat. Now all I'm doing with this, water it down a little bit and then giving it a nice even covering all over the skin area. Now this is going to be the darkest green that we put on the model. So this is going to remain in the recessed areas but also give us a nice base to work up from for the rest of the green. Now, as this is the base coat, it's very important that we get a nice even covering because it'll set us up ready for the rest of the painting process. I know what you're all thinking, and yes, the red paint handle does help you paint faster. Once that first coat is on, I then took a mix of Caliban Green and Warpstone Glow. Now this is the main green colour that we'll be using, so all I'm doing here is water it down again quite a bit. So just putting on nice thin layers, and all we're doing is covering up the majority of the previous layer that we put on, but leaving the deep recessed areas in the between the muscles and in between the fingers and things like that, so that creates a nice shadow. Now if you thin this down nice and put it on in thin layers, then you can build up the colour transition from the dark green up to this slightly brighter green. Once that was done, I then took more Warpstone Glow and added in a little bit of Moot Green. I'm using this for my first highlight layer. Now this is really thinned down, unlike me after this festive period. And all I'm doing here is highlighting the very top raised up areas, just to add in a brighter green so that it's not just very two-tone. You don't want to put this on too thick, you want to make sure it is quite watered down and put more thin layers on rather than one thicker layer, because then it'll come across as just very bright green rather than a nice transition. As you can see, just feathering this on nice and gently, not putting on too much at all in one go. Once that was all on and finished, I then took a final layer of Moot Green. Now this is really watered down, it is very thinned. And all I'm doing here is highlighting the very edge highlights. You don't want to put a lot of this on at all because it is a very bright green, but it works really nicely as a final top highlight layer on this green. So all you're wanting to do is, you don't want a lot on your brush, it needs to be very thinned, and you just want to sort of feather this on very gently, very steady, because it won't take a lot of this to mess up the finish on this skin. And there you have it. That's the entire skin painted up. 4 steps, nice and easy. So there you go guys, that is how I am painting the orc skin on my 40k kill team models. I hope you found the tutorial useful and are looking forward to getting some paint on your miniatures in the future. If you did find the tutorial useful, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below letting me know your thoughts. And if you want to get in touch, you can reach us on our Facebook, Twitter and Instagram pages, all the links for which are down below in the description. If you want to show off one of your own miniatures, be sure to send us an email with a picture of the miniature and a link to your Instagram or Facebook page if you've got one, and we will show those off in the community spotlight, which we do on every Let's Paint and Hobby Chat video. If you're new to the Pickle Jar, then please consider subscribing so you can keep up to date with all the videos that we'll release in the future. That's all from me, and I'll see you next week with another video.